Hello guys, welcome to my channel Mystery Recap. Today I'm going to explain 2023 action comedy movie called Freelance. The movie begins by introducing the protagonist, Mason. He is an army officer and is telling us about himself. I was always the best in all fields of life and served the country while working in the army for years. I was the best officer in my team. I was trained hard to earn this name and to become the best officer. Then I married my friend after getting a lot of success whom I liked, and we had a daughter. After which I went on a mission along with my team, in which we have to end the president of another country named John. We reached his country to end him, but we were attacked when we were going downward on the helicopter. And the helicopter was destroyed because of the blast, and all my companions were ended. I came down through the helicopter. I escaped from this incident, but still traumatized. I am patient of depression because somehow I lost the purpose of my life. We are shown Mason while telling all this. He looked sad and was looking at his army stuff. Meanwhile, he handles himself and comes out and meets his wife and daughter who is grown up. Mason went to his office while dropping his daughter at school, and a man wrote his case that his wife always fights with him. Now, because Mason is a lawyer, so he asked him to leave while making him understand everything. He was not happy with his work. He sits down while holding his head while remembering his army days. Meanwhile, Mason's companion, who was also a good friend of him, comes to meet him. They were together in the army too. They greet each other warmly, and then his companions insist, "You have to come with me. I need to discuss something important." Later, he brings him to his agency and tells him that he has made this security agency. He says, "I provide security to all the people in the world, but here I am in search of a special one." Mason asks, "Whom?" He replies, "Yours." And on asking the reason, he says, "A reporter is going to another country to interview President John, and I want you to go there as that reporter's guard." But Mason refuses while saying, "No, I can't do this." His companion says, "I know this is difficult for you, but in return, I will give you $20,000. There is not much work, and you have to be back within a day to finish this interview." Now Mason sees the interview of President John on the TV. He was saying, "The others in our country, goons and terrorists, we will end them." Hearing this, Mason says, "Now, will we have to end him?" His companion says, "No, just interview him and come back after a few hours. I know this President John has ended your group, that's why you are not going, but don't think too much, work is work." Mason agrees and asks whom I have to take with me. His companion says, "A female reporter who is quite famous." After it, we are shown the reporter honoring with an award, but the next day, she was trolled on media that she spread lies in her reports, and Mason was also watching this interview. Mason comes home and gets ready, but when he was leaving, his wife asked, "Where are you going?" Mason says, "I am going on my security duty for one day." His wife says, being sad, "You are changed and does not give us time, doesn't love us like before, and now, if you are leaving, so return as you were before." Mason leaves after this and meets the reporter. Then, while sitting on the plane, Mason sees the reporter's interview. There were some funny among them too, and he likes it. Suddenly, the reporter comes when he was watching and asks, "You are still watching my interviews. Are you spying on me?" Mason says, "No, there is not anything like this. I was just watching how you work." The reporter says, "This does not make any difference to me or others. What do you think? I am famous as I have done many interviews. I used to bring the right and wrong in front of the world." After it, they reach their destination. The president comes and meets the reporter and Mason. He admires the reporter and then they leave in the car. There was heavy security with President John, and he tells them that the people of the city loves him a lot. John and the reporter were talking while Mason was getting bored. But then suddenly, there were blasts one by one, and the cars of John's security were flying. There were huge explosions, and many of his companions died. Seeing this, they get panicked, and Mason was numb. Meanwhile, the goons come in front and start firing at him. Seeing this, Mason comes to his senses and sits on the front seat and drives the car. He motions for the reporter to step back, then swiftly takes on the approaching goons. Similarly, he ended many of them. Meanwhile, another car of the goons was coming from the front. Mason hits the car with it. The goons fall outside and become injured because of the collision and they die. After running everyone, they get out of the car. John and the reporter were shocked to see Mason's fighting skills. John appreciates him that you are so brave. You are a one-man army, means you can dominate the army's huge team alone. Masons feel good, but he says, come on, there is not time for all this. We should leave later. He says to John, this seems to be done by your companion, and the reporter becomes excited and says, this is a huge chance for me. The president is attacked and I have to do this interview somehow. Mason says to escape is most important. Once we are safe, then you can do interviews. After it, they move by walking and Mason calls his companions while reaching the forest and tells him that they were attacked and right now we are stuck in the forest. His companion says there must be John's team with you. They will help you. On it, Mason says they all are killed. His companion was shocked to hear this. He says, I will send my team there in a while. After seeing his phone, Jason asks for phone. After it, we see John's nephew getting ready because they feel that John must have been killed in the attack. And now his nephew was getting ready to take his place because they have done that attack. The general also comes who used to control the whole army and praises John's nephew. Meanwhile, he gets John's call and his nephew becomes worried after knowing that he is alive and asks, where are you? John says, I am stuck in the forest, but there is a brave man with me who can alone be enough for enemies. His nephew says, okay, stay there, I will tell my team. The call disconnects and the general says to John's nephew this time he should not escape. On the other hand, John tells them that his nephew is sending his team so they should stay there and wait for them. Hearing this, Mason says, I don't believe your people, so we can't do the stupidity of staying here with you. Saying this, Mason moves ahead along with the reporter. The reporter says, this is a good chance for me, let me interview John. But Mason makes her understand that John is dangerous and his life is also at risk. So we can also be stuck in trouble. The reporter becomes furious and says, nothing matters to me. My career is drowning. If I interview John, this will be the turning point for me. Mason says, okay, you can interview John if you get a chance again. They were moving ahead. Meanwhile, a helicopter lands and attacks them. They start running inside the forest and Mason comes up on his fear while staying at a place. He points at the helicopter with the sniper gun and destroys the helicopter while shooting it. After it, a goon comes there and starts moving ahead secretly to attack them. But Mason comes from behind and holds him, then ends him while strangling his neck. Meanwhile, another goon comes and points gun at Mason, but before he shoots, John comes from behind. He ends the goon while shooting him. Mason sees the gun and asks John from where he got this gun. John said, I always had this for my protection. I used to keep it with me. After a while, John's nephew also comes with his companions and becomes furious to see the worst condition of his helicopter. He was with the biggest goons leader of this country so that he would again attack his nephew and end him. The goons leader says to John's nephew, I already sent my people to end him as you said, but they all are killed and now I will again send my huge team to end him. This is my work and let me do this on my way. I don't like your interference on it. John's nephew agrees. The reporter says to Mason, you are nice. Forgive me, I talked to you in anger. Mason says, I have come here before, but my companions were ended here. And now I have come on this mission while leaving my family alone. They feel I don't pay attention on them. I don't love them, but there is not anything like this. I love them so much and am concerned about them. But they don't understand this. And because of this, I can't concentrate on my work. I am becoming useless. The reporter says, no, there is not anything like this. Your companion is my friend as well. He said that you are the best human and he said it right, you are nice. Hearing this, Mason feels good. Later, John takes Mason and the reporter to a village where he used to live before. The villagers becomes happy to meet them. After getting fresh, Mason starts recording video of the reporter and John when she was interviewing John. The reporter says, there was such a huge attack on you. Who has done this? John says, no doubt, our country is small, but the things here are important that are obviously important for the other countries. That's why the other countries in the world want to control our government, and this is the reason for such attacks. In this, I just have a purpose to save my people from all dangers while protecting them. I just want to serve the people here with the things of our country while using them for their benefits. After it, he tells about the special things about his country, that there is an expensive chemical with which we made mobiles, cars, and electronic things. And other things like them can be made better. Other countries' eyes are on our chemical and want to attack us and take that chemical because I refuse to give them many things. That's why they want to end me. Mason thinks he is saying right. John's companions were happy for him and raised slogans for him that he is a nice president. Mason and the reporter also feels good for John. They were ready to help him. At night, John parties with her friend where he makes Mason and the reporter enjoy. The reporter starts dancing with John after drinking. Mason also becomes happy for them to see John happy. The next day, Mason calls his friend and says, "You could send someone else here. Then why did you send me? Even you know that here I can end John if I want to." His companion says, "No, there is not anything like this. What will you kill him? His people wants to end him. And I got an order from some huge personalities to send you here, and they are from different countries of the world." Hearing this, Mason disconnects the calls and then calls his daughter. He says, "I love you so much." His daughter says, "Dad, you have to come back soon because mom is angry." Mason says, "Okay, I will be back soon." Meanwhile, his wife comes on call and Mason says, "Thanks for always taking care of me and my daughter." She also asks Mason to come back soon. After it, Mason comes to John and the reporter. He says, "Let's go from here because there is danger for us." Before they leave, the goons leader comes with his companions. He starts threatening the villagers and asks while beating them, "Where is John?" They were watching him secretly. John becomes furious and moves in front of the head. But Mason was concerned about him, so he also comes there with his horse. He immediately makes John sit on the horse and they escape from there. The goons leader shoots at him from behind, but they escape. Now they were free, but the goons had captured the reporter and made her slave. He says to the reporter, "You are quite famous, but what is use of this? Because none will know about you when you will die." She gets scared after hearing this. John and Mason were moving ahead while talking. John says, "Whenever we go, the danger comes there." On it, Mason says, "Your companions want to end you." John was not shocked and says, "I know, but now we have to go to my office building direct." Then he says, "Mason, I know about your companions who died and I apologize to you for this." Now they come in front of a huge city. They have to move inside. At night, they go to a church and pray. After it, John meets his close friend who tells him that his nephew is now with the general and occupied his office. On it, John says, "We have to get that place somehow," and has to release the reporter as well. The next day, Mason was standing at a place and the goon's head comes with his companions. Mason asks him to leave the reporter, but the head gets off the car and points a gun at Mason. Mason also points his gun at him and here he calls John. John comes in front along with a lot of supporters who love John a lot. There was in huge numbers. They move ahead furiously and set different places on fire. Seeing this, the head gets panicked and the reporter snatches a gun from the car and gets herself released. Mason and John run from there with her. They were moving ahead and John says, being happy, "Get ready for your biggest interview. That will be in my office. Let's go with me." And saying this, John brings them into his office through the cave. John's nephew was sitting there and gets panicked to see him. He stands up being scared. John says, "You don't need to be scared of me. We will do everything together. You don't need to end me for power. We will together run it." Hearing this, his nephew realizes his mistake. He hugs John and apologizes to him. Now he was happy. The reporter was recording all this on her phone. Meanwhile, the general comes and shoots John. He fell, and this makes his nephew furious. John and his nephew shoots the general and he dies. He falls at a far distance. The general also shoots many times in return, in which John escaped as he was wearing the bulletproof jacket that protects from bullets. But his nephew could not escape and died because of being shot. John was sad because of this. Meanwhile, the soldiers come and surrounded John. They all put gun at him. Seeing this, John makes them understand that I am your president, not enemy. This is your country. You are not terrorists, but soldiers who protects this country. You just got orders." Meanwhile, the goon's head comes with his companions. Seeing them, John says to the soldiers, "Our enemies are behind you." Now John's word worked on the soldiers, so they turned and started shooting at the goons. They also fired back, resulting in the barrage in which many soldiers and thugs were slain. Seeing this scene, John, Mason, and the reporters sit aside, and Mason helps the soldiers to end the goons. He also shoots them many times. They come down, and Mason was ending the goons who are coming on the way. He ended many enemies with the bullets and punches. The reporter was recording all this on her mobile and was also capturing John in this video. Meanwhile, the goon's head comes and starts beating Mason. He was dominating Mason, then he makes him lay down and puts a sharp weapon on his neck. Before he ends Mason, the reporter attacks his head and saves Mason. The ghost eater falls there being injured. Mason becomes furious, so he picks up a huge gun and ends all the enemies while shooting them. The reporter and John were astounded to see him so courageous and bold. All was recorded here. The movie ends here. Thanks for watching. If you like it, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel.